Hey folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Monday, November 30th, 2009. Well, the last day of November's trading session is underway here, folks, and you are seeing the market slightly lower on the day. Now, this is coming off of a half session on Friday where the markets actually got killed pretty badly, although they did trade off their lows into the close on Friday. Now, that all came off of the Dubai situation where it looks like some possible debt defaults and stuff like that going on. Some not so pretty stuff, especially considering you expect Dubai to be a very, very oil rich country that wouldn't need any money or be in risk of default, but that's not the case there. Obviously, the building that went on over the last few years in Dubai, just a little too much, and with prices plummeting in real estate, they have been hurt very substantially. Now, again, the markets last Thursday, this came out last Thursday. Now, the U.S. markets were closed at that point, and overall, you saw world markets get crushed, but the U.S. markets were obviously closed. Friday, the markets opened. You can see the gap down on the markets. Now, the beauty of this, folks, and this is why it's so important that you join the Research Center or the chat room, is because you saw the signals on the wall. For instance, last Monday, we had a big up day. Tuesday, Wednesday, you never confirmed. We've isolated that without confirmation, this market should reverse, and that's exactly what happened on Friday, right here. Major reversal, all the shorts that we had accumulated up here in the money very, very nicely now at this point. And again, with a small down day today, you can see that going on. Now, the interesting thing about today, folks, it's all about the dollar. It continues to be all about the dollar. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. At this point, what happens? The market opens basically flat to slightly lower. The dollar starts to fail and fade. And as it does, the markets move up. So the dollar's going like this to the downside, and the overall market slowly flowed up. Now, all of a sudden, coming into a time frame which we'll call right around this 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock time frame, the news comes out from the Fed. There was a statement released by the Fed that says something about raising interest rates at some point and how they're not necessarily going for a weak dollar. And the dollar, all of a sudden, off of that, starts to strengthen. Well, what happens to the markets? It fades right here. Look at this fade on the markets. That's all because the dollar is strengthening. So again, dollar strengthens, market fades, then dollar gets right down to double. Markets get right to a double bottom here, bounce off double bottom, another little hit. Now you guys see that level. We gave that to the chat room. If you were in the chat room, you had that level from the opening low right here. Here's your double bottom. Bam, pierce it, bounce. Look at that bounce. That's a scalping play right up there. Then it fades back down. Now you're holding on to a double bottom as volume continues to be very, very light here into the 1 o'clock time frame. As we inch nearer to that time frame, you can see volume again very, very light in this market. Now, again, watch the double bottom level. If this should break right here, you're going to make a move down towards this 108.70 level. 108.70 level will be your next support level. If you get through that, look for a double bottom from Friday's lows. I don't necessarily think that that low will be tested today. From Friday's double bottom. The volume is just a little too light. You need the dollar to really get a good, strong bounce higher. Now, again, I want to show you the dollar chart because I think it's such an amazing chart to really view and understand. And what I mean by that, folks, is think about this. Show the inverse nature of the dollar. And all I have to do is to punch that up. You're going to see this chart that I'm going to put up be the exact opposite of what the chart I'm showing you right now, which is the SPY. And here it is. So take a look at this. So here's today. Dollar, what happens? Dollar starts to fall. Remember the move up in the markets in the first hour or so until about that 11 o'clock session. So if dollar falls, that pushes the markets up like this. So this is the chart of the markets. I'll do it inverse. Then all of a sudden the dollar starts to get a bid on those Fed comments. And what does the market do? Falls to a double bottom. Then what happens from there on the dollar? You basically go sideways. What do the markets have done here ever since hitting that double bottom sideways? See that perfect diamond and then sideways inverse? Right there, folks. That is exactly the market. Now, again, I'll show you the chart of the SPY because I think it's so fascinating. But again, down dollar, up dollar, sideways. What do the markets do? Markets go up, down, sideways. See, it's exactly the opposite. It's a beautiful thing. It's just kind of cool to kind of be able to see that and see how tied this market is right now to the dollar. Now, overall, the dollar is slightly weaker on the day, and the markets are still down, which is a bearish signal for the markets, telling us that this market is having a lot of trouble overall really getting a grasp on this market. So usually when you see the dollar weaker, the market should be up. That's not the case today. And you might ask, well, why isn't that the case today? Well, because there is some fear out there. There's definitely some fear out there from the Dubai situation. If Dubai's in trouble, how many other countries out there are in trouble as well? I think it's just a matter of time until we start to hear about more of them. So I think that's also very important to realize, folks. So I think there's a little bit of that fear panic-ish in the air. In addition, what you also have is the USO is basically flat on the day today. So even with the weaker dollar, the oil front is not necessarily getting a move up. And you might say, well, why is that? If the dollar weakens, shouldn't oil strengthen? And the answer would be yes. But remember, the other component of oil is demand. And right now, with Dubai possibly having to sell more oil for cheaper levels to try and raise money and all this kind of stuff going on, that's going to put a little extra pressure on oil, and that's exactly what's going on. All right, so there you have it, folks. That's really summarizing what's going on in today's market. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week is huge, guys. All right, I made this clear in the weekend video. There's some huge things going on you have to be aware of. In addition, the new hidden gems will be out this week, okay? The new hidden gems alerting will be out this week. This last hidden gems of November has started to rocket up the last couple days and take off. And again, we have gone basically 10 for 10 in the last 10 months. Every play has continued to be a profitable play on the hidden gems. Some is working out for 500%, some for 100%, some for 50%. They ultimately all work out, folks. This is the due diligence that I personally do. I put out these picks, the hidden gems picks, and they, again, no losers there in the last, really since the beginning of this year. No losers in the hidden gem front. It's a fantastic play here, folks. And again, be aware, the hidden gems will be released this week. You want to sign up for the Research Center just to get that alone. Even right now, the current hidden gems is up about 15% just for this month alone, and that's just on its way up towards a target of about 50 to 100% gain on that. And I do believe that will hit in the next couple months. So again, you can get that one still by logging in, as this one's up about 15-20% now. But you ultimately want to look for the next one coming out later this week. That'll be huge. In addition, folks, we have a new chat room. Go to the chat page. Check out the new kind of show schedule. We have a new show schedule. You want to check out that. We have a live market maker on the chat room right now. That's a fantastic addition to get his insights on the markets, to tell you how things used to be when he was a market maker, and he's now working with us as a partner here at the firm. So some fantastic stuff going on here at In the Money Stocks. Join the Research Center. Get the analysis. Get the guidance. Get the education. Join the chat room to get it all, folks. Take care. Talk to you soon.